fortunate enough to meet or to say hi to President Obama when he was here last week, and I had all sorts of things I could say about his great record and everything he's done, but all I could really spit out was, "I'm the county chair here." And he smiled and he said, "Well, let's get it going on down here." So that is what we're going to do tonight, right? We're going to get it going on down here. We've got a great headquarters that is owned by Marta Maddox that she gave it to us for a great deal. We've got air conditioning that works, at least when not this many people are here. We've got 6 working bathrooms. I think it's the perfect size for a campaign because we've got different offices for Donna Howard, Candace Duvall, all the candidates that are working with us on the coordinated campaign. Jim Wick and Sean doing what is going to be, I think, history-making field organization in Travis County this time. We're having to raise more money than usual. We're not spending it on direct mail. We're spending it on voters contacting other voters in person. I think it's going to be amazing. So, without any further ado, I want to introduce the person that I learned a lot about campaigning from. He's the hardest working campaigner I have ever met in my entire life, and is the top funder of the coordinated campaign this year. Please welcome Congressman Lloyd Daugherty.
Great job. I think we're really fortunate to have a county chair with this kind of determination and commitment and the creativity to pull this office together and this team together. It takes that kind of leadership, and I salute you, Andy, for all you're doing. Laura provides in the day-to-day operations of the party, and you know, I guess our children, one of whom is now a doctor and one of whom teaches teachers on teaching, kind of grew up with Bill Oliver, usually just Bill Oliver and his guitar. I thought tonight it was a little like when Lyle Lovett says he has his big band. Yeah. Well, Bill Oliver had his big band here tonight. White and blue. And I love your, you know, that's a verse that I hear almost every day in Washington. It's Obama's fault. So it's good to see it put to music a little bit. And what an exciting week it's been to have the President of the United States right here in Austin. We had about 1,000 people. I did the gathering in San Antonio too. Wonderful turnout there. Very similar to what we did in Austin, except they had Eva Longoria too. Celebration. It was a great day in Texas to turn this state blue, and we know what a challenge that really is. In fact, as I look around at an event that is so full of people, we can't all fit in this room tonight on a Saturday evening. So many families out here to say they want to make a difference. I reflect on a survey that I got yesterday that was done recently across the country of what people had been talking about in the last 24 hours. Nutrition and dieting was at the top of the list, about 35%. Then there were about 30% that were looking for new places to shop. Another 28% that said they were trying to get their budget in balance. I don't know if that was the same as the ones that were looking for new places to shop. And somewhere down around 14% was the presidential election. And so everyone out there is not quite as engaged as we are yet, as people who care about the future of this country and what's happening. And our job through this campaign and through our daily contact with our neighbors and our friends is to try to get more people engaged. I have listened to the It's Obama's Fault when we voted the 31st time. Actually, I think now in committee they're up to 33 on repealing the Health Care Act. And then I had a friend from Kyle and her son who were up at the Capitol on Friday to see it. She told me she'd just gotten her rebate check for almost $200 from having been overcharged from an insurance company here in Texas. And as a result of the Affordable Care Act, like thousands of other people, the check is already not only in the mail but received to try to put an end to this excessive profiteering by some of these private insurance companies. So many many more benefits to come from that Affordable Health Care Act. I think of the woman from South Austin, actually from out at Manchac, who wrote me about how this had given her hope because with a pre-existing medical condition she could not get insurance, and through this act she's been able to get it. It's one of many of the accomplishments that are at stake that we need to be talking about and supporting our president and the accomplishments that he has had and the need to get some reinforcements. We really need those in Washington. You know what they've done through, I think the t-shirts are great with the divided, it's divided
not conquered.
And not conquered. And we don't plan to be conquered in this election. We plan to reach out and make a difference. Jim had the Campaign Academy here just recently. I spoke to a number of those people are here tonight. When I got to San Antonio for the event, there were all people from the Campaign Academy in Austin helping sign in people to San Antonio, reaching out as we must to engage more Democrats. But this next week, we can use people right here and at our headquarters on 7th Street to make calls to voters and help us with our voter ID. Help us begin to ID more seniors. An immense number of people are not registered or re-registered, and our effort in the short term is to increase those numbers. The half of America that doesn't participate in our elections generally, to reach out and try and engage more of those people. There are block walks that are beginning to happen on voter registration. We need people every weekend on block walking. We'll be formally opening our office, though it's never closed, on 7th Street, and working closely with this one in a coordinated effort to try to turn out the maximum Democratic vote. We think the presidential election naturally will draw more people, but we need to be sure people are registered and can participate, because there are no unimportant races on this ballot, whether it is constable or JP or school board, our important state representative races. Donna has a challenge there. Karen Huber has a really big challenge. We need to be reaching out to keep this county as blue as it has been and provide the quality of representation that our local and state officials provide. So we'll be there to pitch in. No matter how many ways they divide us up, carve us up, split us up, we're going to work together as one strong Democratic Party, because it's not just about the color of the county. It's about the values that we represent and the change we want to bring and the hope we want to continue to inspire about the future of our country and eventually the future of our state when we do have Rick Perry roll on over.
Another candidate for the Third Court of Appeals. Also, we have Megan Klein, the organizer for OFA for Travis County. I think you mentioned Diane Holloway, but Diane Holloway can just
I'm still working on how to say your name.
So before I give it back to Bill Oliver, can we all just thank once again Lou McCurry? This is his brainchild.